What's up, y'all? So, and Blake, I'm reading signs. Let me walk over here. I'll give you guys a look at what's going on around here, okay? So yeah, you got all the mainstream media that you'd imagine. I mean, and then some. I mean, Court TV, we know we've been pretty present, but this entire area here is just chock full of every major media outlet. I mean, it would look like from around the world. I mean, if you look at what's happening out here, it's wild. No, the verdict's not in. I mean, the verdict's out. I don't know the best way to word that. This is the courthouse, y'all remember from last year. If you remember, this window right here was the one that got busted. There was a fire started here, but man, this is everything. It's happening down here right now. Yeah. So questions, anyone's got any questions, feel free to pop them in here, share the stream out, y'all. We're going to be out here for just a little bit. You know, it's interesting, you know, the motivation that people take to the streets. And you're seeing a difference in the signs out here. I wasn't expecting to see some of these signs. There's a lot of signs about Jacob Blake. Yeah, I'm going to give you a walk around here. We'll come back over here. I'm going to give you a look at what's going on around the area here, guys. I believe they'll probably retire at 5. I don't think they're going to go any later than that. The verdict is not back in yet, just so you know. Ooh, it's windy. You guys got to bear with that wind. The verdict will the verdict can be out as long as it wants to be out, but it'll probably be back in tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for you guys for tuning in with me earlier. I appreciate it. It was good to get those guys together. I know we missed out on a bunch of guys that have been out here, a bunch of people that have been out in these streets doing what people do. And unfortunately, you know, other people had stuff going on, so we weren't able to get everybody out here. But again, I'm going to walk you through. So Paleontology Museum over here where they had the... you know, the dinosaur that was smashed up. This is like right down the street from where they had the first fire trucks or garbage truck that was lit on fire. Down this way, the dump truck. Then you had the garbage trucks down here that were lit on fire. Maybe look at all the media hype down here. It's crazy though, you guys. Like legit. I'll give you a look at the park here as well. But to be clear, there's only about 10 to 12 people down here in protest. I'm going to take a look at everything going on over here. And again, if you're going to be dropping racist comments, hate-filled comments, violent comments, we're going to have to boot you out. I don't think the verdict will come tonight. Oh, no. We'll see. How you doing, man? Doing good. You from the area here?
Yeah.
You mind if I come talk to you? You mind being on camera? Appreciate it, man.
CJ, right?
Yeah.
I seen your vids, big homie.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate you being out here. So talk to me, man. How you feeling? What's going on out here right now?
Shit, man. I just want to witness what's going on firsthand.
Sure.
Because you know, not everybody tell the whole story about everything.
Absolutely.
So I just want to see it for myself, like I did last summer.
Absolutely. You were out here last summer when things happened. Yeah.
Yep, me and my brother, a few other people, just watching the destruction take place, basically.
How do you feel being a Kenosha resident when that was happening in your streets?
Honestly, if we gonna blame him, let's blame everybody that's involved in it, not just one kid.
Yeah.
Especially who was a kid at the time.
Right.
Everybody got different point of views, man. Everybody feel differently about it, but hopefully everything working how it should. But we don't know how things can be.
Things can be. How do you feel right now? What do you think the temperature is, as you said? With what you're seeing over here across the street?
Well, this gonna sound funny, but like all the victims was white. We don't really.
It's not a racial. Yeah, okay, thank you.
That's my opinion. I don't really see the need for, you know what I'm saying, for the BLM. All the victims was white.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, we always talk about who woke, who not woke. And sometimes us as a people got to realize that this racial card is just constantly played to divide us, constantly.
I can't agree with you anymore, man.
And so it's like, at what point do we as a people realize that this is just a thing they holding over us, and it's only up to us to stop it, basically.
Right.
It's only up to us, man.
Making that change, man. I appreciate you saying that. It is good to hear because, I mean, I've always been an advocate and a supporter for people that want to protest because you want to have your voice heard.
For sure.
You know, there's things that need to be, obvious. Honestly, like a lot of things need to be brought up.
Yes.
Attention needs to be brought. And so raising your voice and peacefully assembling is great. So I get gathering. And granted, you got the international news here. So there's a lot of platforms.
It's a lot of things. There's a lot more things involved than what actually was.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, right now, I think people, as I keep trying to remind them, man, Kyle Rittenhouse, you know, he's got a verdict sitting in the balance right now that'll dictate whether or not he ever sees the light of day again, basically.
Yeah.
And so, again, it comes
and they said it too. I mean, this is like his defense. This is some red. Let's just go off of the facts because this, like you said, somebody's life at stake, man.
Absolutely.
That's somebody's child.
Right.
I'm pretty sure most of us got kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Do you feel the people in Kenosha, the citizens here, would allow, and I don't know how, I would never encourage anyone to put themselves in harm's way, but do you feel like at this point they would be vocal and step up maybe if people were looking to destroy the way that things happened last year?
I think even what happened last summer, like the ones that was here, we know who was out here doing that. It wasn't us. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the people who live here and who go through everything.
Yeah.
It wasn't us. It was a lot of out of town influence taking place that night.
Right.
And then it all just snowballed from there.
Yeah.
And it's just.
But they say 2/3 of the arrests from that night were from out of city, out of state.
Like, just if you look over at Luther parking lot, I mean, from last summer, like half that parking lot was filled up with we didn't do it.
Right.
We didn't do it, man. We didn't.
You heard that in a lot of the streams, and in mine, I heard it personally. And people are like, why would we burn down our own city? We got to live here. Like, we got to live here.
Kids got to grow up here.
Kids got to go to school there. I'm sure,
Exactly.
I mean, you know probably plenty of kids that go to school right there, and those windows were all destroyed. You went to Ruther, okay.
I graduated from Ruther. It's a bunch of schools around here, man.
Yeah.
So it's just like there's no way somebody in their right mind going to burn up their own. No.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
But it's like what happened with Jacob Blake and everything that summer just all snowballed into what took place.
Right.
And like I said, help could have got. Help
Right.
could have came.
Yeah.
It came too late.
Justice for Kyle! Justice for Kyle!
My God.
I like people to
What's up,
say
dude?
that it's fair.
How you doing, man? You good?
Next time you come up, we gotta do some event work in the community
Let's do it.
and have you videotape.
Dude, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking
You know
forward
the
to
name
it.
on Facebook.
That's what I got you, man. Good looking, brother.
I told you ain't nothing going
I
down.
see you all the time, but I never actually met you in person.
How are you?
Patriotic Mouse. Protester.
How are you?
Yeah, pretty good, man.
All right.
Pretty cool to actually see you face to face finally.
What's going on? What do you got going on?
That's your army, ain't mine.
This and this, but this one's a little torn up.
Y'all go home, man.
But she met some people from Antifa that she really liked tonight. Isn't that crazy?
We're Antifa.
She survived.
Because she was not.
I think it's what you just said. What you just said is a big deal, man. It's meeting people. You know what I mean? You got to meet people and talk to people.
To be able to have an actual conversation instead of something so personal.
He's following, yeah. For him personally, no. That's what happens when you good things that are going on.
Yeah. Hey, Justin's got my number, man. Well, have him call me. Every side's your good side. You look great.
Every knee must bow, every tongue confess that Jesus is Lord. Okay. I hope you got no business here.
Amen.
I just thought I want to say.
Like that. Appreciate what you're doing. Thank you. My guy.
Brother, I see you at everything.
How are you, man?
How are you?
Good. I'm good.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, man. What's your name?
Brooklyn Center and Kenosha.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, always good to see you, dude.
Yeah, likewise, bro.
Yeah, Tick. I'll be following you later, bro.
Please do.
Yeah,
All right, bro. Be good. There he is.
Our targets are shaped like
Shoot. Terrifying.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No races! If Jojo don't get it! If Anthony Hoover don't get it! If we don't get it! What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it? If we don't get it, I said if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
I said if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
I said if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
I said if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
I said if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
I said if we don't get it,
Shut it
I
down.
said if we don't get it,
Shut it
I
down.
said if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
Hey, CJ's here.
Hey, what's up? How are you, man?
fuck Kyle!
Fuck Kyle.
Fuck Kyle!
Fuck Kyle.
Fuck Kyle!
Fuck Kyle.
free Kyle now.
Fuck Katie.
Don't you go home?
Fuck Haley. He's gonna have a whole new name. He's gonna have a whole new life.
Look at him. He's all alone over there. That's how they be.
Yeah, he just came over.
They're just a bunch of fucking dumb people.
We all have to put dead
He's got a
people.
whole new life.
We all have to put people that's not living. That's why we're here. Look at him. Look, racist. Look, go there. We all here for the people that's not
He
living.
one charge and he's going to jail. It don't matter if he's got 5 or 1. He's gonna get some jail time. Jail time.
If Kyle don't get
Kyle's gonna get ready.
if Kyle don't get convicted,
I got son already.
You having trouble getting your signal?
if Kyle don't get
You
convicted,
good? Why are you crying, bro?
Oh, anytime it's like super cold.
Are they fighting? Oh. I'll try to give as much as I can.
I was ready to defend myself.
was somebody that went after that sign that someone was holding. Sorry guys, it's just too cold to even talk. I'm gonna let y'all watch. I've been talking too much today. No, I mean, someone said something about the police need to be on the scene. I don't think at this point that's the answer. I don't think that. I think it would just escalate everybody. I think that right now it's people voicing their thoughts and opinions, and that's what protests about. As long as people can stay nonviolent, then go ahead, man. That's what it's about. That's the freedom of the nation we live in, which is beautiful. He says a lot of things are going quite well.
We don't want no white supremacists here. We don't want no white supremacists here. We don't want no white supremacists here.
The sign he's holding says a lot of things are going quite well. I don't know if you guys can read that.
Talking about the fluoride. I have no idea what at this point, it doesn't matter what your opinion is. It's all.
We're right outside the courthouse, you guys. As you can see, this is the Kenosha County Courthouse. They do have plenty of law enforcement inside. People have been coming and going. However, the verdict is still inside. And it's safe to say they're not going to come back with a verdict tonight. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right.
What brings you out tonight?
What brings me out?
You want to be on camera?
Huh?
You want to be on camera?
No, I don't mind.
All right, good deal. It's cold. It's cold.
It's cold, yeah.
So talk to me. What's going on?
Actually, I'm not the best candidate to talk to because
okay.
a lot of these people are upset about their family members.
Sure.
And maybe they're expressing it through the trial and all this other stuff, but that's really what they're upset about.
Right.
What I do is I interview individuals in the community in order to give the male perspective of the community.
Okay.
I don't get involved too much in this, but because I'm a part of a community group, I came out to support. But at the same time,
where can people find your group if they want to show support?
If they want to find my group, I don't have a group. I have a podcast that I interview people with.
I like it. Okay. So you're out, boots on the ground, basically. Like you're out in the streets working, advocating for.
I am a person that has lived in Kenosha, care about Kenosha, but at the same time, mature enough to realize what's going on here. So I'm involved, but I stay out of things that really don't make sense.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. What about yourself, if I can ask yourself? I mean,
independent, journalist, if you will, live streamer. I was out here during the riots last summer, filmed everything that happened. and gotten to know a lot of the people here. Actually, the Blake family and other folks. We which, like you said, I am 100% respect and appreciate protest and demonstration. To get change, to get a voice heard. People are really scared though that it's going to turn violent again, and I think that's where hopefully we as people have changed. To gotten to a point. How do you feel about that in Kenosha? That people would allow that to happen? Do you feel?
That leads me to a question that what you notice out here. Do you notice that this is an environment or a situation where things can become extremely violent?
Absolutely.
Okay. I believe it can become violent or not extremely violent.
Maybe not extremely, yeah. I mean, different definitions.
You have a few people out here. So what that tells me is there's a lot of people that really don't care that much to even come out here to have their voice heard about what's going on with Kyle and his sentencing.
Sure.
So to me, it's like it's a few people, a handful of people, but the news media is the most prevalent thing that I see out here.
Absolutely agree with you.
So it's not about what they really care what's going to happen. It's really what the news media wants to portray to.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's how I feel about that.
Hey man, I appreciate you taking time. What's your name?
Yabro.
Yabro CJ. Pleasure to meet you, my friend. Yeah, you guys, again, everyone wants to be heard. Everyone's out for their own reasons. And like he mentioned just now, there's an international stage here. So if there's ever a place to get your voice heard right now, there's a lot of cameras pointing and broadcasting this all over the planet. So it's understandable that it would be here in a case that started with what people would say was a racially charged situation with Jacob Blake. Again, that's another case altogether. This is about Kyle Rittenhouse and what happened with him in these streets of Kenosha, and the Anthony Huber, Joseph Rosenbaum, and Gage Roscoe. So. I mean, there are people, within the crowd that have their own idea of what they'd like to see happen. And intimidation is always a part, of these protests, that it's going to be included. But you would hope that the majority is able to move past that. And like I've been saying for a while, move past an intimidation factor and get themselves towards an education, help people better understand why this is happening and what they're trying to accomplish, which is why I try to ask people questions.
You actually got signal?
Look at this guy.
Who are you using, bro?
I can't tell you. It's secret.
Government signal.
Yeah, right? I'm using the court's Wi-Fi.
Just stay by the building.
Yeah, right? But I was just talking about how maybe you've experienced out here too, since you've been out here. People were talking about intimidation, and we talked about this in the feed we did earlier, about how it needs to be about education, not about intimidation, right?
And they seem to be trying to do that
in
some aspects of things. But it seems like that there's some agitators, and it's okay to agitate, but just stealing somebody's sign and ripping it, that's stealing their property, whether you agree with it or not.
Right.
It's a freedom of speech. The reason why you can hold your sign that other people won't agree with is because they can hold their signs. And when we start tearing down people's signs, that's how you end up with Kyle Rittenhouse type bullshit.
And that's kind of what we're looking at happen out there, right?
Yeah.
Like someone went after him with an innocuous thing, apparently, right? A bag, whatever, or came after him. He felt threatened, and then a gun was used. And so I would hope that people have learned from that to let people have their space, give them their freedom to express, and appreciate that. You don't have to agree, but don't engage at points.
Right.
You don't have to engage.
You can yell, you can shout. Your freedom to swing your fist ends at my nose.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Non-aggression principle.
Also, I have a big nose, man. I'm not trying to get hit.
Right. Dude, look at this swag you're wearing, bro. You got to show this on camera. What is this? Where do you shop?
It's alpaca.
I believe it. Is that indigenous?
I'm freezing my butt off, man. These kids out here are strong, man. They rock. If you guys don't remember, we did the walk. We were talking about the walk we did, the march from Kenosha to Milwaukee.
Oh, right on.
And man, for real.
From Milwaukee to Kenosha, you mean?
No, it was from here to Milwaukee.
You marched from here to Milwaukee?
Yeah, we did it. There was a lot of different ideology. I was pushing for people to vote, get out and vote.
Oh, right on.
Justice for Jacob. They had a lot of people out marching, but yeah, we made the march the entire way. It was, I don't remember, 38 miles, I think. You guys remember the comments, how far it was? And actually, that's what my guys, some of these folks were coming up and talking about. They were
like 10 pounds less by the time you got to Milwaukee.
Right. It was rough. But people were great, man, and they remember that. And like I said, like some of the cats out here I've seen not just in on that march, but like you got representatives from the Blake family. You got people that we've seen in multiple places.
Well, it looks like they're going to start marching.
Where to?
Just around. They'll go around the block. That's what they typically do. They're gonna block the street. I don't know if there's enough of them to block a road or anything like that. It depends. Normally they have vehicles that drive ahead and block the road to be safe.
That always makes me nervous, man, because we've seen what happens when cars can drive through.
Dude, people freak out. They drive nuts.
Nah.
Like, it's not safe just being near a protest because people freak out. They're irrational. They don't understand.
On night, the day after the shooting, there was, or was it the night of the shooting? Man, it all kind of blurs together. But there was a huge march, lots of people, and like they went underneath an overpass or the train tracks over here.
Oh, right on.
And a car tried to drive through the crowd, not knowing. I think she got stuck and panicked and tried to back up, but everyone had circled the car, and it got real heated. People were getting ready to drag this woman and her kid out of the car. And she was just in there like in a straight panic, like I don't know what to do. And so she was trying to drive her car, but the more she tried to drive, the more the crowd like started climbing on the car. And
that's how people get run over. We saw that in Charlottesville.
Right, we were just talking about it. Yeah. Let's go out here and
this
get with it.
This guy's got the theme music.
Yeah.
He's got his theme music.
Because that's what it is.
That was the night of the shooting. Okay.
I don't know we were watching.
We got to deal with the music here, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this real fast. My God, man, you guys know me and Mute do not get along, man. I can't seem to figure it out, but here we are. So what I was saying, thank you, delayed comments here, was it started here, okay? So, and by here I mean in this blocked area, and I'll walk you back through what I was just saying. No, I know y'all. Around the corner here is a jailhouse, which is where after Jacob Blake was shot, everyone made their way to the jailhouse. And that was that first standoff took place. And then they got pushed this direction. They tear gassed. There was bricks being thrown. There was a lot of tears being shed. People were grabbing shields of the police. Police had half riot gear. Like, they were not prepared for it. And things ended up making their way out here. So behind me is the Kenosha County Courthouse, right? Kenosha County Courthouse, where they're having the trial right now with Jacob Blake. I got these fat fingers. You're right. Superior video. But as I was saying, like right here was where the fence was built. And then you had back up behind on the other side of that was the National Guard. You had sheriffs, you had state patrol, local police. I mean, there was more law enforcement than I could keep track of. But eventually, that's how it built and developed. Night one, it wasn't like that. But by the end, as it got more and more escalated, you started seeing all these windows get broken out. The courthouse, one of those windows right here, the transfer over was broken out. They started a fire there. At one point, I mean, the admin building over here on the corner of 56th and 10th, all those windows were smashed out. And another, man, I could keep going. You guys remember what it was like. I remember finding a pipe bomb in the grass over here. Like a legit PV, it was a metal pipe where the ends had blown off. Instead of it blowing up, it blew out. I'd feel live in real time. I don't know what y'all are talking about. People are gotta have their opinion. You know what I mean? I can't control how they feel, but it is what it is. And to address it all, yeah, no, I don't ride with any political party. Just to be very clear, I'm 100% about policies and the people. You know, if it helps the people, I'm with it. But you're not going to find me swearing an undying devotion to any one thing or the other that isn't, you know, my Lord and Savior. We'll go that route with it. You know, above and beyond that, I realize that men are fallible, and so are the things that we do. And in that, I'm not going to find myself lying all my faith in another organization or situation to tell me what I should and should not think and or do. So for those that are talking about being red-pilled or stupid Proud Boy comments, you guys are so confused, man. Like we talked about today, because I interviewed him doesn't mean I'm a member. Because I've interviewed Antifa doesn't mean I'm a member. Just because I've interviewed, you know, people from other ethnicities doesn't mean I'm indoctrinated into, like, I can join that club. You know what I mean? So if that's the frame of mind you're in, you're either A, a troll, or B, ignorant. So, or both. And most, I would say, trolls can typically line up on that one. So that's where we're at. Man, what else? Anybody in here that has any questions that I could answer? As we're looking at it, you see, you got this like little whirlwinds back here. It's something cold. I'm gonna walk you guys over here real quick, give you a look at what's going on down the street. I'm sure that march will be back here in just a second. Mostly because, like I said, there's music playing, and anytime there's music, it becomes an issue with copyright stuff, and I don't want to. I'm honestly, I'm gonna do it. Plus, I'm freezing my nuts off out here, so I'm gonna give you guys what I can give you with some windshield. So you can probably hear the wind on the feet pretty clearly. So here we go. I'm gonna get run over here. I'm gonna give you a quick panoramic of where we're at right now. So this is the Paleontology Museum, like I said, where the dinosaur was smashed on. Admin building is right here. Remember all the windows.
Freezing up a little while ago.
Yeah, man, too many live view packs. All the mainstream media suck up the bandwidth. No offense. Now you guys do your job too. That's right. But then you got the this is that breezeway, the gap, the road where you had the Bearcats were coming out this direction. A lot of law enforcement were just right on the corner here, actually, and right on the other side of that corner right here. And I'll play footage for you guys again later. These windows were all smashed out. This building was pretty much destroyed. The front of it. I mean, the building is obviously not going to be destroyed. The windows were all banged out, and then people were throwing bricks and whatnot at the Bearcats right there. I don't feel like anybody's going to do any damage tonight, and I feel like people have moved past the thought that they're going to allow that to be something that this city's going to accept. And every person that I've talked to, every local that I've talked to, everyone from Kenosha has said the same thing. The sentiment is 100% the same, that they weren't the ones out here destroying the city. They weren't. Locals know what it is. Like the gentleman I was talking to earlier, he said, we know who it is. It wasn't us. It wasn't our people. It wasn't our community members. It was outside folks that came in and took advantage of opportunity and did some terrible stuff, you know. And then in the course of that, people died and were seriously injured. And I'm gonna go ahead and talk to that point right now as they come back up this way. The folks that came out to destroy things, the people that came out to light fires, to cause the mayhem, should be brought up on charges. Legit. They should have been brought involved with this case, because what they did pushed the temperature to a boiling point where everything came unglued and chaos ensued. In the wake of that chaos, people died. And if you don't feel like you're liable for being involved in that, then you're not looking deep enough into the course of your actions. Like not you, but if you happen to light a fire in a place, and while someone's trying to put out fire, they need to come in and put it out, and they get hurt putting out that fire, you're liable. But in this, people died. Lives were ended. It's unacceptable. I'm gonna get up on this little bank here. Hey, Jax, you can go ahead and kick rocks, bro.
We gonna take it to the street to find the police. We gonna take it to the street to find the police. Say they name. What's their name? Say they name. What's their name? Hey, we gonna tell you what.
Elon, you're not supposed to tell people, man. And by glow, of course, you mean we do our sea salt exfoliations, correct? No, I don't think there should have been guns out. I think at that point it got to where it got. But everyone was out with guns. Armed citizens, everybody. How many black people did that kid kill? None. Polly Frog. Well, go ahead and think what you want. Brosh 42, we've got him at gunpoint. Glow, bro. All right, my friend. Thanks for talking to me. I appreciate it. YouTube's got the most amazing trolls, man. I love it. I mean, clowns, but incredible. I'm sorry, I'm dying here. As you guys can see, it's major media like zoo. That's basically what you're seeing out here is all MSM. Oh shit. Is that Corey? What you doing, bro?
Oh, welcome back to
been
town.
Here before.
Yeah, I know. It's part of the game, dude.
Corey Elijah, everybody. Came in with a grand entrance.
Oh, that's what's up. My AirPods. Yo, what's up, Carl? What up, man? How you doing, bro?
Hey, my guy. How are you, man? Good to see you.
Did you just have the one Corey, or is there another one?
What up, what up?
Are you missing anything else? Another one. You got it?
Appreciate it, guys.
Just a little bit of his dignity. I'm playing with you, buddy.
Got to come back to town?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Been back for a couple days. We've been just walking around, saying hi to folks. Taking a look at the aftermath of, not the aftermath, but how things have changed. What do you think, Corey? How have things changed here, man?
That's a good question.
I know you're kind of tied up. I'll wait till you're up on the uppity up.
I'm okay. I fell, but I'm okay.
Yeah, the mods are sleeping. Any of the mods in YouTube, feel free to go ahead and just... Actually, you can put over to subscriber only chat if you'd like. Yeah, so we can go ahead. Put over to subscriber only chat. Ooh, what's up? How are you? Yeah, well, I'm not hard to find, contrary to what some people might say. There we are. Were you on Facebook right now? Interesting. Let me see here now. Is that my life? 2.6? Oh, cool. I'm with that. Sorry, 1 sec. So, yeah, feds only in the chat, please. Only feds. This is... So, Corey Elijah, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Talk to us. You good to talk for a second, man? All right, you guys. Corey Elijah here, local legend.
I heard that the stream's on in the courtroom. I guess people saw the jury or something, so I don't know if that means they're about to come out with a verdict soon or what. That's
Really?
what I saw in the chat.
Okay.
How true that is?
Yeah.
What I saw in the chat.
Okay, yeah.
Typically, they don't BS. What's up, man?
Not much, bro. Not much. Just trying to get acclimated to this cold and getting a chance to say hi to everybody local, man. It's been great. Let me flip it around and talk to you.
Got cold out of nowhere.
Yes, it did. So tell us what's up, man. What's been going on in Kenosha since last year?
A lot of people just trying to, if not rebuild, try to move forward. Of course, people are still looking, for change. People that are involved in activist groups, things of that nature. As far as like local government, there's like a lot of people are deciding not to rerun.
Oh, really?
So there's like a large process of people, we're potentially getting a new sheriff. Well, we're definitely going to be getting a new sheriff.
Okay.
The mayor is not going to be running again. He still has a few more years, but like we're in this kind of changing of the guard process, right? So, you know, so a lot of people are kind of, you know, positioning themselves, stepping up, doing whatever they need to do, really to put themselves in the position that they want to be, or, you know, try to help mold things into the position that they want.
Which is good, man, because everything I've been around and been looking at is like, I keep going into the same mode, like start local, man, get involved in local politics. Like, there's big change that needs to happen, and it happens right here in local politics, which is great. When are you going to run from there? People in my feed have been wondering, like, when's Corey going to run for local May? He should be the guy.
Or tell me to force my hand and I'll do it. I don't know.
You heard it right here.
I don't know.
Elijah's running for mayor. You're going to vote for him, right?
There's just so many people that are, I don't know, so more involved. I'm a media guy.
Yeah, you're a firm representative of the community, though. I feel that that's something that keeps coming up in all of our feed and everything. And what I know of you, man, is like you're a great representation of the community that you're in right now.
Except for when I fall on my skateboard.
Well, then that puts you even closer to the streets. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
puts you in even more touch with what's going on.
I'm real. I'm not a hologram.
He's not. Don't believe him, folks. Look, I'm reaching right through him, right through the guy. No body to him. But yeah, man, how was it with the case? I mean, it was interesting because you popped up there quick.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out why I was there, man. But other than it was interesting. You know, I don't know, like I don't really know why I was there, other than like, you know, the defendant ran by me. Maybe it paints a picture of the scene was calm, and then you ran into an uncalm scene. Like, I don't know what they were really trying to get at.
Right.
So like, even till like now, I'm still trying to like play it back in my head all of the questions that were asked me by the prosecution and the defense, and like, why am I here? Like, I don't, you know, other than like, I don't know. It's weird.
But you were there as a witness, which is what we kept trying to explain to people, like as a witness to the case.
Yeah.
You weren't there because you were like personally convicted for any one thing. You're like, here's what happened. Lay it out for you to play it out. Type thing.
Right, exactly. You know, and like I mean, this is for people out there to decipher. But I feel like some people have like clearly had like a skin in the game.
Yeah, people have been claiming, yeah.
And I don't, you know, like literally I saw what I saw.
Right.
This is all like, whatever happens after this, like my life is in it.
You still go home to your family. You still, you know, you have the life that you've been living up to the point.
But it's unfortunate, you know, because of course, you know, you want to see justice happen for everyone that's involved, right? But what does justice look like? It's not for me to say,
sure.
You know? So it's like, at the end of the day, all I can do is say what I saw. If this helps whoever it helps, and I don't necessarily have a dog in the fight.
Right. The jury's got the real work right now.
Exactly. You know,
which I would have much rather been in your seat than in their seat.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Most definitely. Because well, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean,
because like at least with them, I don't think like a decision is going to be made, right? And like you can't necessarily blame any of them because you don't know who is saying what unless the juror comes out after the fact and like points fingers at people. Right?
Sure.
Like with me, I got random people like labeling me like.
Oh, absolutely.
I've been called like a Democratic drone. I've had people say like I was taping from Kyle, like everything crazy from like both sides because I'm like in the middle.
How dare you?
So like, you know, I'm sure it's crazy for them. Hopefully people don't randomly show up at their house too.
Right.
But you know,
people showed up at your house randomly.
I moved, man.
It's unacceptable, y'all.
Out here, man. It's crazy. So yeah.
A lot of emotion in this too, a lot of passion, man. But like, you guys can't go to Corey's house unless he invites you over, okay? That's the rule.
Yeah, you know. Hit me up first.
Yeah, give him a call.
Bring toiletries or a dish or something.
He said bring toiletries or a dish. Or both.
Or both. Toiletries and a dish. Pecan pie and some hand wipes or something.
New Corey Elijah merch coming out soon. Some pecan pie and some sandy wipes.
Trying to keep things light in these, heated times.
Got to, man. How do you feel it's going to go? Either way. Do you think that the city's going to erupt into the same chaos we saw last summer?
No, I don't.
Right.
I feel like, this is my opinion, I feel like the people that are involved on the activist side of everything,
are
are passionate, right? But aren't like, they're not, I don't feel, and this is just my opinion, I don't feel they're as passionate as they would be if the people that lost their lives look different.
I know what you're getting at. Everyone's been saying the same thing. Absolutely.
But on the opposite end of the spectrum, like, you know, people are very, very passionate. Like, I've seen firsthand messages firsthand.
I bet you have.
People are very, 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 very passionate about the opposite. Yeah. Now, with that said, it would be incredibly hypocritical for them to get upset because of a verdict, say it doesn't go the way that they want, and then they go and burn the city down.
When that's what started the chaos that got people shot in the first place.
So, with that said, I don't really feel like anything's going to happen.
Right. Well said.
You know, like realistic. Yeah. You know? Now, maybe I might be wrong. Hopefully I'm not wrong.
Right. No, I think I've been echoing what you're saying, and I think that from everything I've talked to with everybody in the feed or in the streets out here, and was your feet in? I'll let you handle that. Uh-oh. We gotta plug in the battery too.
Well, not until they announce.
Let you do that for a second. I'll be back in a minute. All right, handy business. Sorry about that. I was waiting to catch up with my guy. Good to see you. Good to see you. How's everything? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right, fantastic.
Good.
Good to see it.
How's it going?
Good, man.
I
Good.
was walking up Sheridan.
Is that when it was?
It was after the. What was it? Oh, Trump was in town. That was the last time I talked.
Oh yeah. When you had the big.
We're walking this way.
The big kerfuffle over here.
Hey, Corey. What's up? I don't know if you remember.
A lot of local faces out here. I gotta plug in this battery real fast. You wanna hold that for a second?
Sure.
There you go. You're on stream now. You're into it. How's everyone feeling in Kenosha right now? What's the?
So many mixed feelings.
I would
Like, I
imagine.
see two sides that are just, it's sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just got off work.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially for this stuff, testify and all that shit.
There we go. And whoop, we're in there. We got juice. We good? Good job. Good job. You did a good job. I'll take that back from you. I don't want you to feel like you're responsible for the cam now. Yeah, right. That's a discount. That's a discount rate. I'm glad you
live now.
It's good to see you again.
I texted you the other day.
Yeah. Thanks for saving my life. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
Why don't you just stay safe down here?
It's interesting, the technology, and you already know. It's not my strong suit. It's not my strong suit. But we're good.
You still alive?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, why, what's up? You good? Okay. I'm sure there's something to be said. All right, we're going to go take a look at what's going on over there, but you can hold me again, okay? All right, I'll talk to you. I don't have a return ticket yet. The judge is live now.
That probably say they're done for the day.
Yeah, I would imagine.
They're just tuning out for the night, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel? Like, do you get much feedback from? Oh, then they're talking right now. Okay. What are they saying? Okay. Yeah, I missed you last night. I stopped by FedEx, but you'd already left. I didn't see the text till late now. All right. And oh yeah, real fast, you guys, Corey Elijah, for anyone that's tuning in from around the world or wherever you're at, I know we got a lot of people that are coming from a lot of places. Corey, where can they find your channel?
Just Koerri, Corey Elijah. Just literally, if you just type in Corey, it's me. You'll find me very easily.
Koerri is not a common spelling yourself.
Yeah. Literally, if you put that in Google, it's gonna be nothing but me until you get to like the 7th page, and like a butterfly or something will come up from Russia or something like that.
Corey low-key just told us that he spent a lot of time Googling himself. Like, he's like, what's going on in the world of Corey?
You have to know what's going on.
You have to know what's happening in the world around you. Absolutely, man. But yeah, so Corey's he's a local Kenosha local here who's been out here doing this a long time actually. And I was talking to some of the other cats. I was talking to like Tristan from Rundown Live, and he said he remembers I think it was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
He remembers running into you at an event. I think it was Milwaukee, and so yeah.
There's a huge. It's called the March for Marijuana, trying to get it like locally decriminalized.
Nobody showed up because they were too high. Like, man,
there was like a few thousand people.
Yeah,
that was like one of the first big like things I actually kind of involved myself in, kind of just documenting and all that different type of stuff.
Sure.
And like from there, you kind of get the bug.
Yeah, you do.
March Against Monsanto and a bunch of stuff. I like during those days too. Like I was in school for horticulture and stuff like that. So when it came to like natural food, eating clean and stuff like that, I was like very, very, very passionate about that.
Breaking for the night. They're breaking for the night?
Okay, so they're breaking for the night.
So we just got to report that the court is in session. Judge came back, Schroeder came back, and apparently he's just releasing everybody for the night, which means that they're probably. What do you think? The verdict tomorrow?
Let's hope, man.
All right. What do you think of the? Okay, what do you? If you had to pick, like maybe just lean in one way or the other, do you think that a hung jury is a good possibility in this one?
Ooh, I mean, I'm not ruling it out. Not ruling it out at all.
Right.
But what I will say is, I don't know. A lot of people will be on both sides will be dissatisfied with that. Well, I mean, probably not as much on the side of the defense.
Sure.
As people that are on the side of the prosecution, which is honestly kind of weird to say in a situation like this, where it's like, I don't know, you don't necessarily expect the people that are on the side of the prosecution to be on the side of the prosecution.
That's been real interesting. In all this. I think that the nerves would come in is that a hung jury means they can retry the case.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the people on the defense definitely don't want a hung jury. They don't want to go through this again. And then they have like a mistrial option with prejudice or without prejudice. We've talked a lot about that on the feed.
And it's a lot of money. I believe Kyle Rittenhouse's mom put a statement out today saying like they're trying to like get money for the legal fees for this month. It's like $110,000 or something like that.
Because so they're paying for their own law representation, right? Because I heard that their jury auditor is the same one from the O.J. Simpson trial. So they've got like their legal team is pretty solid. They're pretty stout.
Yeah, I mean they're getting support. They got people throwing in cash and stuff.
When you got someone bailing you out of lockup for over $2 million, like you definitely have some people that are up on a high sitting throne that are willing to like kick down some coin. Yeah.
It's interesting, man.
Yeah, it is.
I think this is maybe like one of the only cases I think I've ever experienced where like someone took the life of someone, regardless if it's just or unjust or whatever it may be.
Sure.
And like, I don't know, everybody is just like, we gotta eat, like, whatever you need, you can have it. It's just like, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you have like resources that you spend, and not care about it, then I guess it's whatever, and then I guess it's for whatever cause. But like, what is it? I don't know. Yeah. I'm still trying to like grasp like exactly like what the actual cause that people are spending money on. Like at the end of the day, like what I hear, and I mean, maybe I'm missing the resource that is like hasn't like
the bullet
really
point
like
lineup
specifically like this is exactly what we're standing on and this is why we're doing what we're doing. Mostly what I'm hearing is like hero chants and stuff of that nature, which is, I mean, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Right. But also, I mean, I read comic books. So.
Sure. What he's saying is solid important too. Is that like a lot of people have chosen to make Kyle a representative of something more than what I'm sure Kyle would claim to be. I think
take it easy.
You're welcome. Have a good night. But yeah, we were just saying that it's interesting how if Kyle went from kid out here with a big gun in a situation where people lost their lives. And again, that's for people to say whether or not he was defending himself or not. But then they started pushing the narrative, like, is he a hero, a vigilante? Is he the Antichrist? You know, is he, you know,
or is he just like, I don't know, like I feel like the fairest way to put it, if you were someone that is taking a side, just to not inflame people or whatever, would just be like, the kid was defending himself. And leave it at that, and don't dig into it, because, you know, there's a lot of name calling, like he's being brought up. A lot of people's pasts are being brought up.
Sure.
You know, and it's just like, everybody involved has directly involved, I suppose you could say, has a questionable past. Like everyone.
Yeah.
Like everyone that's involved.
Absolutely.
So we should just throw that out the window.
Scrape that right
and
out.
Deal with the situation at
100%,
hand,
man. 100%.
But, you know, people are passionate. People feel how they feel. You saw the guy that drove by in a car, yelling what he's yelling. People feel how they feel, but at the end of the day, it's like,
that's what
you're driving to your house.
Sure.
You're gonna go home.
Yeah.
And the people that are in there, or the people that are in the ground, are where they are.
Exactly.
They have to deal with it. You know. So.
Anthony's family, Joseph's family, friends, like people that lost someone, you know, and then Kyle's family, if that goes around, Kyle himself, if he ends up locked up for life. I mean, the kid's looking at what, a life sentence or 165 years if the other charges all stick. So I mean, either way, cooked and cooked.
Yeah. You know? So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, understand, like, they're dealing with what they have to deal with, and unless you end up in the same situation, you should probably just chill out, you know?
There it is. Like, I would say, and I've said this too, is like, don't let him represent something for you, because then whatever the course of the case goes, he took a little spill on a skateboard.
You're waiting for it.
He's good. He's good. The kid's he's a phenom, but that's how you found him throughout the course of the riots last summer, was skating around town, filming, doing what he does. I kind of just turned off the comments, y'all, because I was starting to get tired of seeing what I was seeing, and it just, you get to a point where you're just aggravated, and I don't feel like dealing with it anymore. But the judge came back and made it clear that, from what I gathered, granted I'm not in the courtroom, so I don't know, but that they're wrapping for the night. The jury's been released, which means that tomorrow, who knows if they... Here's a thought that we have, is that, you know, even the jury did come back with a verdict tonight, they're not going to release the verdict at night for fear of what might happen, because we all know that things happen in the darkness at night. So, moving past that, maybe it'll be tomorrow morning that we're going to get a chance to see and hear the verdict of, what's going to happen here with Kyle Rittenhouse and potentially the rest of his life. So, there's not as many people as you'd expect to see out here, as many people as I think the world was expecting to see out here. So that thought that there was going to be a riot, if the verdict had come in tonight, I think it's safe representation right now of where things are at, because had it come back and had Kyle been acquitted, I don't think this is the group that was going to start anything violent or start any destructive behavior, and especially because you've got representation in the group there of like the Blake family who spoke openly against the violence from last summer. So
Let's go, Brandon!
I think that
they hate me. I don't care. Let's go, Brandon! Let's go,
what?
There was a NASCAR race.
It means F Joe Biden is what it means.
I think saying let's go Brandon.
He is.
So there was a NASCAR race that a NASCAR
She's about to get educated.
And in the background, they were screaming so loudly you can overhear like the guy talking through the camera live.
Sorry. So I'm gonna walk over here and show you guys the steps of the courthouse. We'll take a look at the courthouse itself. Maybe we even walk around a little bit. But gnarly ass van. Damn. That's one of those spooky vans. Looks like something bad might come out of it. So, like I said, we're here in front of, how you doing? This is the Kenosha County Courthouse right there. Not a lot happening at this point. The jury, I'm assuming, is going to be released. Probably out a back door somewhere, whatever it is. But let me see if I can talk to my dude real quick here. JB. All right. Let me talk to the guy real quick. Man.
Kenosha News has both liberal and conservative viewpoints.
That's nuts. How cold it is out here. The snap of the Keno weather is crazy.
I've seen there's like conservative people out there.
We're going to try to talk to some other folks while we're out here.
I've heard both.
And
Kenosha News.
then we'll go keep moving around here a little bit. Motion creates emotion and all. Plus, I want to keep the blood pumping in my feet. Okay, good seeing you.
You too. Take
All right,
care.
take care of yourself.
Text me before you leave.
Sure.
They're releasing everybody else.
This is all the reporting folk, all the people from the courtroom here.
That's the one black lady right here.
Man.
She says it's.
What's up, my guy? And it's cold out here. Sorry, I'll look at the chat for a second. Mr. Blake, my guy, how are you, man? CJ.
Man, I haven't seen you in a while.
I know. How
you been, brother?
Real good.
Where they had you at? Where you been?
I've been back in Seattle.
Oh, okay.
Back home, yeah.
Okay, what's going on down there?
Just living,
settled
man.
a little bit?
Yeah, trying, man. Trying to get back on it. Yeah, sure, if you'd like, that'd be great. You mind talking with us? You always do, man. You're great about it. So what's going on out here, my friend?
Man, really proud to be out here as one of the leading activists. Peace and love, family. See y'all tomorrow, baby. All the way down. All the way down. It is inspiring to see these young kids come out that have been out since this summer. They don't run out of gas. Their voices don't stop. Their intensity is there. They want change. This is an extension of Little Jake. These people came out for Little Jake. They went out just for popcorn and fun. They were out for Little Jake because Little Jake saw Little Jake get shot 7 times in the back. So we don't ever want to take our eyes and the focus off of why they were here. They were here because of Little Jake. And so we want to help their families get justice so we can turn around, get our attention back on Little Jake. Get our focus, what's up, family?
What's up?
Get our focus back on Little Jake. Get the DOJ to reopen his case. How dare they, under Democratic president that we helped put in the White House, be talking about it's okay to shoot a black man 7 times in the back in front of his children. They're paralyzed.
You guys are still deep in that case right now.
Yeah. Well,
still deep in that case.
It's
and mind you, so everybody knows, like you're family right now. So you're Jake's uncle.
Correct.
And you've been with this, and that's where it started.
Yes.
I think a lot of people forget that with Rittenhouse out here and everything that happened, it started with 7 gunshots.
That's correct.
And it started with Jacob Blake.
That's correct.
And then it turned into what it turned into. And I've been talking to folks, and what you're saying is powerful about the message.
Right.
Is the message that you came out with was stolen in the chaos and the violence that ensued.
Correct.
But back to the message at hand.
Rubber bullets. They were shot with gas. They were collecting right there. They were non-violent. They were seized upon by the police and by the military. They forced them out of that park onto Sheridan, down into a shootout with the guys who were here with the militias. Something bad was going to happen. Why was the police and the military working with the militias in the first place?
You know, it's interesting. It's on both sides. No matter what you think about Kyle, and everyone's been saying the same thing. Everyone in Kenosha that I've talked to, that there's a bigger issue is what happened there that put this courtyard, which is more or less it's all bracketed in. It's boxed in by big buildings and a big fence and M-Graps and Bearcats.
Correct.
And then it made its way into a city, and not even further than 200-300 yards away is when the first fire started.
Right.
As far as building structure fires.
Correct.
So we got so-called one terrorist that shot 3 domestic terrorists. So we got here. Unfortunately, only 2 of the domestic terrorists were killed.
My nephew, how unjust the federals, people were, DOJ, who usually protect minorities and Mayberries. They fall in there, give a doctrine from federal laws, and sets things straight. They did not in this case. So if you're not protecting African Americans, who is? You know, we just follow for anybody who wants to pick up a gun and come at us. That supposed lawmen can shoot us. And if this goes through, then regular people can too. Okay, well that makes this a straight up civil war. They want to have a civil war. We're gonna rebuke that, brother. Power shifting and changing. Who gives up power without blood?
How often does the government take power then give it back?
Okay. So we saw a judge here that allowed Rittenhouse to pick his own jury. When has that ever happened? He literally picked in a hat and picked his own jury. This judge didn't allow in videos before the people were shot when he was throwing up the Proud Boys. They didn't allow the video after he shot when he was in the bar throwing up the Proud Boys. His ideology is to hurt African Americans and minorities, and he did it. So you can't put on an Opie Taylor haircut and a new suit and think that we can't see behind it.
So you feel pretty strongly that, because I think that's a lot of people argue that it wasn't racially charged with Rittenhouse. But you're saying that it stems back to a bigger racial issue.
Oh yeah. Anthony loved Lil Jake, and so that being said, they're like our new family for real. And so we're here, man. I just met one of the aunts. She thanked us for standing out here doing what we're doing, beating down lies and innuendos, and concentrating on the fact. If these jurors focus on the videos, they call this guy guilty as hell. His hand was caught in the cookie jar, pointed the gun at people several times. He lied on the stand twice. He should have been playing Xbox and stayed at home. He elected to pick up a firearm and come out here and be an adult, and now you gotta serve time like an adult.
I wish so many people would have done the same, just picked up a controller and stayed home. I mean, it was sad to see the loss of human life, the destruction of businesses, people's homes.
Yeah, all of that.
And the fear that came in afterwards, people are afraid of what was going to happen after that. Is it going to happen again?
Right.
What do you feel the temperature is there, depending on what the verdict goes? Do you feel like that's something that'll happen here in Kenosha again?
Could you put this in Bishop's truck in the back? This right here. He's pulling up right
that way. I was saying, I mean, people were afraid. I've talked to a lot of folks in town about, and they keep asking, what's going to happen with the verdict? Is it going to happen again? Do we need to be afraid that the streets are going to go ahead? Not that I think that you can predict the future, but what do you feel the temperature is with that?
I'm not concentrating on that. I'm concentrating on positive things for this family.
That's what's up.
I don't have time for that bullshit.
Right.
Because once you give a little second to it, it'll win you over. That's why your mom and your daddy tell you to stay around good people, stay around good stuff, because bad stuff can take you over. Right. You want to be a crackhead, hang around crackheads. You want to be a millionaire, hang around millionaires.
You want nice hair, hang out in a barber salon.
Okay. Right. So we want to be people that are putting positive shit into the ether, that it will come back down, rain down upon us, and make this nation look like the nation it should be.
Right, beautiful.
African Americans helped build this nation, 300, 400 years of free slavery. We're the richest country in the world. We should not be talking about whether we can vote or not. We should not be talking about every other month civil unrest because officers murdered another African American. It has to end. It's got to end now.
Man, thank you so much for your time,
Peace and love, brother. Always good to see you, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be out here. I'm talking.
And hot chocolate in the morning on us.
Deal. I'll take it. I'll take it.
By the way, big ups to the red, black, and the green. Unity now, one Africa. Peace. Much love, baby.
All right, Jay, take care. Man, it's so cold, that wind. God, I think I almost lost an eye on that flag. But the yeah, so Jay Blake, man, that's the family. That's family right there. Was talking about the change that needs to happen. You know, why? Come talk to me, man. Come talk to me. We'll talk. Yeah. As we were saying, so Jay Blake was telling people like the change needs to happen, needs to go the direction of you know, getting the right way, you know, moving the right direction, doing things that need to be done to get people to realize that we need to work on facts, and that's it, and work through facts, and that's it. He's talking about a bigger change though, about one that comes down to, all right, my guy, good seeing you.
Peace, peace, peace. This my man right here, baby. Y'all need the real news. Y'all out there blogging, logging, or whatever. Log into my man. He's the truth, baby. Big ups to the red, black, and the green. Unity now, one Africa.
My dude. Later, man. But yeah. So, like I said, these are people from the street right here in Kenosha, and I think that right now, like you said, they're focusing on all positivity right now, on all positive things, and moving in that direction, making change. It's going to grow, and stay right here. So I think it's important that we hear those messages and focus on those messages as well. So I'm gonna leave you with that message right there too, because it's super cold, and I'm not trying to stay out here and freeze myself to death. So we're gonna let y'all go, and we'll catch up with you later. Okay? Appreciate you guys, and stay tuned. Set yourself up notifications. We'll be back out here tomorrow. Later.